Hi, I hope this video finds you well and healthy. These days it's really hard to stay positive and not worried. Yeah, I had a lot of questions and a lot of comments saying that I look worried, and I just want to address a few things that yes, I definitely am worried. And there are a couple of things. Primary, the major worry for now is the virus, the pandemic, or the epidemic situation that is happening in the world. And I live in Washington State, and as you might know, the first coronavirus was confirmed back in January in Washington State, actually in the same county where me and my family live. And it's really worrisome, honestly. And I try to stay positive, and but at the same time it's kind of scary, to be honest. Just looking at the first case in the United States being found in the county where I live, and from there to see that there are so many people dying, it's just scary. As of now, I just checked a few minutes ago, there are actually 23 people who died from coronavirus in Washington State, and that is the ones that are known. And there are how many? To the moment, 162 confirmed cases of positive results, people who tested for the virus. And it's just like just a few weeks ago, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, when I heard about the first death, it was really shocking. And it's really hard. And at the same time, another reason that it was really hard to grasp, it was that that person died in the hospital where I was. That person died on Wednesday, and I was in that hospital on Tuesday. I was visiting a surgeon because a while ago I was in a car accident, and I was visiting a surgeon to see if I need surgery for what happened. And then the next day, when I found via the news, I found out that that person died, and actually died in the hospital where I was there. The level of concerns, it was way higher than it was before. It's not that I was not worried, but before that I started to guess, okay, who did I talk to? How close was I with anybody? Was anybody coughing? Did I touch anything? Actually, the doctor, the surgeon who was evaluating, I'm not sure what is the word, who I was visiting with, or who I had an appointment with, she was coughing. So I immediately was worried, and the next day I started to have really weird symptoms. I started to feel really tired and so on. So I know that it's impossible to have symptoms so quick with the coronavirus, but you never know. So, and then since then it was 2 weeks, and now like every day new cases of people testing positive for it, or people actually dying. And it's really hard to stay positive and just to look around. It's spreading everywhere, right? So the majority of cases, it's actually in Kirkland, in a nursing home, and it's right a few miles away from the office where I used to work until the end of until previously, like last week, right? And my husband still works there. So what do companies do to address this? Is the majority of companies are trying to make sure that whoever can work remotely, they work remotely. Schools are being canceled. So like there was a case actually confirmed of a coronavirus in an Amazon building. It was not confirmed. It was not stated what was the role of the person who tested positive, but it's a person who tested positive in the Amazon building. And I believe after, I don't know, a day or two, there was news and encouragement from the Amazon people to work remotely. Same is true for Facebook. Somebody was tested positive in the Facebook office here in Seattle area. And then Boeing is dealing with certain situation as well. It's monitoring people who had close contact with the people who actually were positive with coronavirus. So all of these tech companies, and not necessarily only tech companies, are encouraging people to work from home. If we were to look at the example of the company where I worked and where my husband still works, they actually, since last week, they encouraged everybody to work from home. And honestly, the majority of them are working from home, with the exception of a few people who actually don't have possibility to work from home. They don't have a computer, or their situation at home doesn't allow them to concentrate, and they prefer to go to the office because it's kind of empty right now because everybody's working from home. So they are able to work in the office. So in the office, there are probably 2-3 people only. And last week on Monday, there were a lot of installed of sanitizers in multiple places of the office. Everybody's trying to stay healthy and positive. I actually went to Costco to buy supplies and food. We shop once a week, and when I went there were no paper towels, there were no napkins, no toilet paper. I was looking for I was not able to find beans, because usually we buy a bag of beans. Excuse me. Usually we buy a huge bag of beans, nothing. So the majority of shelves were empty, and the parking lot at Costco was fully packed. A lot of people were buying everything and making sure they're staying healthy. Actually, one of my colleagues told me that they were looking for sanitizers, and his wife was going around different stores, could not find sanitizers, and they bought a small bottle of sanitizer for $45. That's just crazy. So what else is happening here is actually 2 days ago, Saturday, March 3rd, there was a conference scheduled to take place at Google in Seattle, which I was invited to and I was looking forward to as well. Happened that they canceled the conference due to the virus, due to the necessity to not have a B&B in a crowded place, because there are high chances of spreading the virus. So there are multiple things that are happening. Universities are being closed as well, and how this affects me, for instance, as well as anybody else. Everybody needs to make sure that they're staying safe, not being close to people who might be showing symptoms. Actually, we have a friend who's been in China for over a month, and he came back. He has no symptoms. He was self-quarantining himself, and he said he's fine, he's out of quarantine. But at the same time, we know the coronavirus not necessarily always is symptomatic. You might have it, but you might not show symptoms. So the fact that you just came from there and you think that you don't have any symptoms, you don't have the virus, that's a little bit of naivete, I would say. But that's just the situation, and it's really worrisome. I'll tell you that. I'm always keeping an eye on the what situation is happening on the news, what are the latest news, what's going on, what's happening, and it's really scary. So I'm glad that a lot of companies who have the opportunity and do what they do, they encourage their employees to work from home. That's a big great option to do, and I hope that this will get solved as soon as possible, and people will stay healthy and well. And I hope you are staying well and healthy as well, and you making sure that if you have to go out, you keep your hands washed, don't touch your face, and just make sure that you're staying well, because at the end of the day, if you're not healthy, nothing matters. You can have a lot of influence, you can do great things, but if you're not healthy, you are not able to do any of that. You're not able to enjoy anything. So the really first priority is you and your loved ones to be healthy. So hopefully you are taking all the necessary measures to remain and stay healthy and calm. So sorry if this was a kind of a little bit of a sad conversation, but yeah, it's just I have moments when I stay positive and moments when I worry more than probably I should. But yeah, that's just being realistic. It's just seeing what's going on in the world. It just starts to have so many questions and so many fears and so many concerns about your loved ones, about the people you know, and even people that you don't know. You want everybody to be well, everybody to be able to enjoy life and go experience and enjoy whatever they want to do. Do they want to go for a walk? Do they want to travel? Or just learn something or do something? And in these days with what's going on, that's really tough to do. It's just like you're kind of in the mode of making sure that you are well and not sick. And it's like every sneeze you count, every, I don't know, cough, it's like, oh my god, what's that? Or every something you start to think, is that normal or not? It's just like, oh my god. So I'll probably should stop there, and hopefully you staying healthy. Hopefully everything will calm down, the situation will stay under control or will be even better in the next in the near future. I'm really looking forward to this to get solved. I don't know how it's possible. Right now I just don't imagine. I have so many questions: how this can be controlled, how this can be stopped, how can this happen? And it's like all of these questions. How did it get so far? The situation in Italy is just scary. That Italy right now is on a lockdown, and I have family there, and I have friends, family, colleagues in Italy, and it's like seeing what's going on there is just, yeah. So again, please take care of yourself. If you have opportunities and chances to work from home, do that. Even if the company that you work for doesn't allow you to work from home, try to reason with them, try to explain what's going on and it's important for you, and do that. Like in my case right now, I'm not working, but if I were to be working, I would have done that. I mentioned that I had a car accident and I'm doing physical therapy. Honestly, I put that on hold because I don't want to go to a clinic and exposed to unnecessary contacts. So I canceled that because that pain can be dealt with short term until the situation is with the coronavirus is taken care of or it's under control. And the plans that I had to continue studying the school, I'm not sure if I'll be attending in person anymore. So I'm looking for alternatives and see what I will be doing. So yeah, make sure that whatever you're doing, you find the alternatives to continue moving forward with your plans, but at the same time, make sure that you're staying healthy and you're not putting yourself in unnecessary risk, because we really don't know. It looks like some cases are mild, some cases are severe, but the information there is not that well delivered. At least I have questions like, how long does it happen? When do you start to have symptoms? It's like there are so many questions, like from these people who died, like how long they were sick, like when they started to show first symptoms. Like my brain is just like trying to answer all of these questions and I cannot find them. But at the same time, I need to stop and not obsess about it. And yeah, hopefully, I really hope that it will be kept under control and we don't have more losses anymore, no matter where it is in the world, here 2 miles away or 2,000 miles away. Hopefully nobody else has to suffer from this coronavirus. Please take care of yourself.